Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in and choosing to watch this video today. Happy Lionsgate portal to you all. It's been a powerful couple weeks leading up to this. I'm sure you've been feeling it. And yeah, I just wanted to, I've been getting the encouragement from Spirit to play with the ways that I communicate and the ways that I share the different messages that come through them to me with the rest of the world, with you all, and with this community, this beautiful community that has, gathered around this work and this way of being in the world. And I will say I'm a little bit nervous because I don't exactly know what I'm going to say. Which is always the case. Like if you're somebody who's worked with me in my private sessions, one-on-one, that's how it goes. I don't plan what I'm going to say in that space. It's a healing container that we set, and then we ground in and we listen to the messages of the ancestors and the messages of the different spirits that are going to be coming through. And so that's the approach that I have with this video today. I felt the nudge and the urge and the tickle from the Kontomble, from these little people that I work with, to play with how I'm sharing and to make this video. And this video is also to accompany some messages that they brought through in divination, just a few weeks ago now. I'm going into this divination space with them quite often, and whether it's just for myself or one-on-one in private divinations, which is mostly what it's been for probably like the past 6 months or so. There's a lot of gems that come through, a lot of wisdom that's universal in nature, and so they are encouraging me to share those gifts from the heart, right? So, so this is my attempt in doing so. And at the end of this video, I provided that I can figure out the tech part. What's going to happen is there will be about a 10 to 15 minute recording of some messages that came through in divination with them. And so I thought before sharing that recording, I wanted to come on and just check in with you all, and whether you're people that whether I know you or whether you are people, sorry, like whether I know you and we've worked together before in the past, and you've worked with this village of Kontomble that I like to roll with, or whether you're just finding this now. I just wanted to say hello, and I just wanted to share my love. I wanted to share my love for you and share my love for this community of like-hearted people who are really pouring all of their resources at this time. And I mean resources in terms of energy, pulling and pouring all of their energy and all of their intentions into cultivating and following this path that is heart-led. And it can be a hard time to do that right now, right? It can be a challenging time to tune into your heart and follow what your heart knows. There's a lot of different energies out there in the world right now, and especially in the large collective narratives that are trying to pull us away from the heart, pull us away. And so much of what the Kontomble are always bringing me back to is the heart, being heart-led, being heart-centered. And I mean, they've been saying this for years, but even I come to new understandings of it through different chapters of my life. And so in this more recent chapter, I'm coming to an even deeper understanding of the importance of this, of really taking the time each day to tune into my heart. And so one of the things that I like to do is just during my morning meditation, begin with a little prayer to the ancestors. And I pray to these healthy and supportive ancestors that walk with me, to the ones that I know, and to many, many, many of the ones that I don't know yet. And I call on them in this prayer, and I pray to my guides and guardians, again, many of the ones I know and maybe many of the ones that I don't know yet. And I just ask them, I ask them to guide me in making this connection to my heart today, and making this connection to really being able to tune into what my heart is asking for, what messages my heart has for me, and what inspiration is being born from it. And so, as you might have guessed, a lot of what my heart has been asking me to do is share and play with sharing in these new ways, such as making this video today. And I think it's important that we share what's on our hearts with each other, because it's through our hearts that we embolden one another, and it's through our hearts that we fortify one another being in that space. And it's through our hearts that we find that unity, right? There's something that the Kontomble were saying just the other day about how we find, you've likely heard this, that we find immunity in our community. And they were saying this, they're saying it's within the community you find your unity, and it's within the community that you refine your immunity, and it's within the community that you seed and see unity. So it was just such a beautiful message I had to share, and that's what this is all about, right? I'm here sharing with you from my heart, wanting to let you know how much I love you, and also how much I want you to really be loving yourself at this time, because it's been a challenging time to find that love for ourselves, hasn't it? And so every little thing that you can do each day to feed that connection, it strengthens and it grows, and your heart will guide you. And it might be challenging, because sometimes our mind has a really great idea, but it's not actually what's aligned in our hearts. And so there's this friction. And I myself actually just went through a big learning with this, where it's like, for a long time my mind was really set on this goal, and there was friction, there was resistance, and even though I could see it, I was still pushing against it. It was like an even more subtle layer or level of resistance that I hadn't yet become attuned to. And so the lesson of that thing that I wanted to happen not working out was actually a blessing, because it attuned me to these more subtle levels and layers of I want to say, like, what it feels like to be in flow and what it feels like to not be in flow. And as a result of going through that experience, this like huge heart opening has been happening, and this huge like calling and coming back to my own heart, and saying like, this is really where I have to start from every day. And it's like flexing a muscle, right? It's you build up that strength each day. So let me see. There was something there that I was supposed to, that they're wanting me to say a little bit more about. Oh, yeah, okay. So this whole idea, right, of our mind being set on something and our heart kind of beckoning us into maybe a slower pace, right? A more earth-born pace, a more subtle pace, and also a pace that can still move really fast when it's time for that to happen. And so another beautiful message that they had for me and that they were wanting me to share is that when our vision doesn't fully come to fruition, maybe the way that we were seeing it in our mind isn't actually like what's aligned with the heart, that it's time for a revision. It's time for a revision. It's simple. And I think that's so beautiful, because revision is like how we edit. We edit things. We can alter things. We can change like the course that we're on. We can change the timeline that we're kind of like dancing with. But we have to do it by coming back to the heart and revisioning where we're going. And so it's really, really important at this time that many of us are feeding these visions that we have. And if you're feeling disillusioned by being like, wow, we're really not, like, as a collective, as a people, we're really not where I thought we would be right now. Or like, we are really not where I ever imagined we could be right now. Like, if that's what's going on with you, revision, bring it back into your heart, revision it, like accept what's so, but then also look around and be like, what is, what's right about this? And what can we do with this insanity that's happening in the world to revision an even more beautiful, world to come? And so this is the energy that we're in right now. And I just wanted to share all of this with you and share that like your visions are important. What you see in the world is what you see, the potential that you see in the world, like that is precious. And I encourage you to like, those are the most precious seeds that you could ever carry in your little seed pouch. And I encourage you to like nurture them and plant them in, parts of the earth that are really going to like have just the right soil, and water them and just look over them with your heart and bring in that revisioning. And so, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I think there might be some more of this coming, some more sharing in this way. The Kontomble have really been encouraging me to just bring it back to the basics, which to them, as they've been teaching me, the basics are the heart, the hearth, which is the realm of our ancestors and working with the ancestors, and then the earth. That's just how they've put it, the heart, the hearth, and the earth. And so this is something I've really been meditating upon, and something that I want to dedicate more space and time to exploring with others in community. So I might be sharing more in the form of videos, and also there's a new offering that will be coming up soon that will be really focusing on this. It will be focusing on being a community space for us to share together about the heart, the hearth, and the earth, and also to sit with our relatives, the Kontomble. So there'll be more details coming about that soon, but I just wanted you to know about that, and know that, that the space is starting to open for that. So yeah, so much love to you all. Happy Lionsgate. Thank you for listening. And I hope that you enjoy what is going to be shared next. This message from the Kontomble. If you haven't heard from the Kontomble before, or even if you have, I would suggest for this part, maybe setting out some offerings. So you could like press pause and just set out a little dish of offerings for the Kontomble. And they really like honey, they really like sweets. Okay, they want water. They're asking for water. That's something that they just said. So if there's some, like if you have some special water, maybe like river water, ocean water on hand, if you're the kind of person who has a water apothecary, or spring water on hand. And if not, you can just use whatever water that you have on hand, but setting out a little tray of water, maybe a little sprinkle of salt in the water. And yeah, I think that's it. Other than that, anything you might feel guided to put out, but you could just put that out for them. And this is an excerpt from a longer divination, so it's going to cut right into the middle. So if that feels a little abrupt, I do apologize, but it was just the one portion that wanted to be shared the most. And you know, the Kontomble are talking about some, I think, some pretty big things in this message. So just know that it's all with the intention of love. It's all with the intention of repair, repairing the rift between us and the other world, and repairing the rift between us and our own hearts. And so everything that they say, even if it might be a little bit like alarming or something like that in nature, it's all with the intention to call us into being even more of ourselves. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say. I have lots and lots and lots of love for you all. I hope that I get to see you soon, and I look forward to that time. All right, sending you all lots of love. Thank you. Now it is time. It is time. It is time to unwind. It's time to unwind. The falsities. It's time to unwind. The cruelties. They say cruelty is not a faculty. But faculty is a cruelty. They say cruelty. They say cruelty. It's not a faculty. But a faculty. That is a cruelty. They say we must learn to take the faculty out of the ecosystem. They say an equal system. An ecosystem. An ecosystem is an equal system. An ecosystem. It's an equal system. They say an ecosystem. It's an eagle's system. They say we must learn to undo the places where the robotic eagle follows you. They say one of the great keys lies in the heart of Atlantis. They say we pull you deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into your remembering. They say this is why the attacks have been so high. Because the medicine is so deep. They say keep swimming with the depths. Keep swimming with the depths. Keep swimming with the depths. And witness the death. Witness the death. Witness the death of that which aims to disarm you. They say the weaponry like the weaponry of the modern world, it's disarming. The weaponry of the modern world, it's charming. They say the weaponry of the modern world, it's harming. It's harming to heart and soul. They're saying, who designed an algorithm to harm you with charm? Who designed an algorithm to cut off your arm? The Kontomble, they say, like, we look around at all of you people, all of these human people. It just made me laugh. And we see, you only have one arm. You've been disarmed through the technology in your phone. They're saying, like, hand over, they give the image of handing over our heart on a silver platter. They say, do you consent or do you not consent? To handing over your heart on a silver platter. They say when you hand over your heart on a silver platter, you hand over your heart on a civil silver platter. Is it civil? Is it civil? Is it civil? To hand over your heart on a silver platter? To that which would devour it. They say this is a message that we have for you. They say be very, very discerning of who or what you hand your heart to when it is disconnected from your body. They say, are you a civilian? Or are you one in a million? Are you a civilian? Or are you one of 8 billion? The Kontomble, they show a great vision. A vision designed to remedy division. They say it's your vision that will remedy division. Your vision that will remedy division. And so we offer you a revision. And they say their message that they wish to share with you all, with the others that may be hearing this one day, is that when your vision gets eaten by the forces of division, go into your heart for a revision. They say it's never too late for a revision. You can always revision where it is you are headed. And they say, in fact, for many of us at this time, that's what this lifetime is about. It's a revision. It's a revision. It's a revision of an ancient, long ago division. And so they offer that to you with love. Yes, with lots of love. And the petals of the white gardenia. The petals of the white gardenia. Thank you, Kontomble.